Hello viewer, come on in and welcome to 54A. Right, in this little bowl I've got lots of little slices of boxwood, yew, zebrano, bit of purple heart, all different sizes. And what I want to do is sort of create an inset through this bowl and set all these pieces in, cover them all with epoxy. That's the idea. Now to do that I've got to mark out a couple of nice sweeping lines, and the first one will go more or less off the edge of the bowl, I think. Good thing is I can always rub it out if I don't like it. Yeah, I might bring that this way a little bit yet. The second one I want to do it from about there, little mark there, and sweeping out so it widens up there. So I've just got to work that out, where to put the point of the compass. A bit wider, I think. So if I move that to there, oh yeah, that's nice. Try that one. I think that'll work. Bits and pieces away. Right, what I want to do is route that out so these bits sit flush. Now, I've got a router. It's one of these big blooming things for woodworking. It's not a nice little Dremel type one, which is really what I want, but I've got the Dremel, I just haven't got the proper kit. So I'm going to have to use my pillar drill and hope for the best. Right, I've set the pillar drill so I don't have to use the handle, and I'm probably going to have to make 2 or 3 passes because I'm just going a fraction at a time, as you can see, not too deep. Let's give it a try. When I've plugged it in. That's too deep for the first pass. I'll make that a bit shallower. Drop the bed down a bit. Have a look. That should be better. There you go, I'm sure you get the idea. I'll carry on doing that and make probably 3 passes at that kind of depth because it's nice and easy to manoeuvre. Well, that didn't go too bad. I did it in 2 passes in the end, and that's deep enough These sit just under the edge. Don't worry about this, it'll all be cleaned up with a little Dremel. There was one area I could not get to because of the pillar drill, and I've marked it all out, cut it a bit with a little disc, but it looks like we've got to resort to the old hammer and chisel job just to get that bit out, and then I'll tidy the rest up with the little Dremel, little drum sander on it, and go to the next stage. That's coming on now. Of course, what would be ideal would be one of those little CNC routers. What are they? X-Carve or similar, something like that. That'd do this job easy. But that's mega piece of investment. So this will have to do. But it's coming along nicely. I'm just tidying the edges up now. Okay, that'll do. Before I go any further, I'm going to put a bit of shape on the bottom of it, so over to the lathe. Right, I just want to put a little foot on this and then take the thickness down. Nothing special. I think that'll do, just the right thickness for me, that is. A little foot on it and just a little indent there with a round carbide, and now I'm just going to sand that and finish the base off, the underneath of it off. That's coming on nicely, but the foot wants to be twice as deep as that. I'll just carry on working on that. Easily done. Right, the next stage, as you can see, I've positioned the little slices of wood. I've masked each end off, a couple of thicknesses of masking tape to stop the epoxy running out. But to stop these floating, I'm going to take each one out and super glue it in. That'll hold them all in position, otherwise when you pour the epoxy in, they'll all float to the top. That's that out of the way, and I'm mixing the epoxy up now with a little bit of blue because I want it to resemble a stream or a river. I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm just putting a few drops of blue chestnut spirit stain before I put the hardener in. Just a few more drops. That should be ample. This stuff goes everywhere. Oh dear. Well, it does when I'm using it. Well, that'll do. Give it a good mix. I don't want it to be a really dark, deep royal blue. Yeah, I think that'll do nicely actually. Okay. Next, the hardener. I've used 100ml, so I want 2ml. Into my little syringe. Squirt that in gently so it doesn't splash. Put the top back on, because I'm always knocking things over, and give that a good mix up. Then pour it in. I might just have to get the heat gun on it just to take any bubbles out, which I'll find in a minute. Doesn't matter about going over the wood, it's all going to be skimmed off. I love that colour, and in fact 100ml is too much. I might have to make a little something out of that, I don't know what yet, before it goes off. But I'll just get my heat gun. Just a bit of gentle heat, it just tends to bring the bubbles to the surface. That'll do, that's not quite level, is it? Stick something under there. That's it. I think it looks a bit darker on the camera than it actually is. So it'll be better effect when I actually skimmed it off, you'll be able to see it better. I'm going to leave that to set, which will be 24 hours to be on the safe side. So I'll see you then. Okay, it's the next day. Got it on the lathe now. Forgive the noise in the background, it's the grinder slowing down. With the CBN wheels on, it takes 3.5 minutes to come to a stop. And I can't wait that long. So here we go, nice sharp tool. Let's see what happens. just starting to see the wood on a couple of the bits now. Very gentle scraping. Oh, I'll just keep doing that for another couple of minutes. Oh, it's getting there now. And of course, as the epoxy resin is getting a bit thinner, it's lightening up. Just taking a little bit off at a time, don't want to dig in too much. That's got it. Yep, not bad at all that. Well, it's a little bit here and here. Excellent. That seems to have really gone into the wood, but then again, it's quite a nice effect. I think I'll leave that. Right, I'm just going to tidy the edge up now. Not bad at all. I'm going to give this a polish up, sanding, polishing, and I'll show you the finished thing. Well, there you go. Got it under a bit of light so you can see the shine on it, and the tiny little bit of the zebra wood come out there. I'm not too bothered about that. It makes it look more natural. Yeah, I like that very much. So, I don't usually name any pieces that I do, but I had this thing in mind and I'm going to call it stepping stones. So that's it. Stepping stones. Hope you like it as much as I do. And if you like what you see, please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon for the next one. And I'll put a photo up at the end. Bye now.